What if your birth was not the beginning and your death won't be the end? What if long before you were born, you chose this exact life with its joys, its wounds, and its mysteries? And what if you're not living your first life, but your 5th, your 10th, or your 1000th? You came here with a mission, but somewhere along the way you forgot. Now the question is, why did your soul return? For centuries, ancient wisdom has whispered a truth that has been hidden in plain sight. That we are not just bodies living in a single moment in time, but souls, eternal travelers, bound by a force far greater than we can comprehend. A force that moves us through endless cycles of life and death, guiding us back to earth, time after time. Imagine this for a moment. What if everything you've learned about your existence, everything you believe to be true, is only a small piece of a much larger, more mysterious puzzle? What if your soul has been on a journey for lifetimes? And what if you are closer to understanding the mission you are sent here to complete? But here's where it gets even more intriguing. In this video, we're going to reveal the hidden reasons why your soul may have returned to Earth, and how these truths could change everything you thought you knew about your purpose. Stay tuned, because the answers might be closer than you think, and they might just resonate with a deep, unexplained truth that's been hiding within you all along. The first reason we uncover will give you chills, so make sure you don't miss it. Before we reveal the first reason, I want to hear from you. Do you feel a pull, like something inside of you remembers more than just this life? If so, write the word awaken in the comments below, and let's see how many of us share the same soul journey. By the end of this video, you might find yourself connecting the dots in ways you never imagined. Ready? Let's begin. Unexplainable feeling of déjà vu. Have you ever found yourself in a moment so familiar, so vivid, that the sensation of having lived it before felt almost real, almost tangible? Sometimes we are in the middle of a conversation or walking down a street, and for a brief moment, time seems to stand still. It's not a coincidence. Something deep within your soul recognizes the scene. Déjà vu. That feeling of having lived something before, even though you can't quite place it. Maybe a face, a street, or even a thought that, without explanation, emerges in your mind with clarity you can't deny. And as that moment fades from your memory, you are left with a sense that something more is there, something that was left behind. Like your soul is trying to remember something important, something that slipped through the folds of time. Maybe this feeling is more than just a quirk of the mind. What if it's actually a window to lives you've already lived? Lives that, even in a distant time, left invisible marks on your soul. Perhaps, on some deep level, you are being called to remember who you really are and why you are here. Breathe deeply and let this idea settle in. What if déjà vu is a memory of something unfinished, something that needs to be completed before your soul moves on? A lost thread from a journey that hasn't quite ended yet? Because if there's one thing all spiritual traditions agree on, it's that our souls are not limited to just one existence. So, ask yourself, have you ever felt like you were reliving a part of your own history? Have you ever had the sensation that something within you is ancient, eternal? Close your eyes for a moment and let your mind wander. What comes up? If these words resonated with you, if some memory or sensation sparked, write "I remember" in the comments below. Whatever it is, we are all on this journey of rediscovery, and perhaps you too have something to remember. But is that all there is to deja vu? Could there be more layers to uncover, more messages hidden within these fragmented memories? Don't stop thinking, because the truth behind it may be even deeper than you think. Material detachment. As your journey unfolds, you may begin to notice something strange happening within you. A shift. Something deep inside, pulling you away from the things you once cherished. The desire for material wealth, for fleeting success, once so important, starts to lose its hold on you, and in its place, something more subtle begins to emerge, something far more profound. It's as if the things that once defined you, those achievements, those possessions, suddenly feel empty. Not in a painful way, but in a freeing way. You begin to question, is this all there is? This detachment is not a loss. It's a quiet awakening, an invitation to dive deeper into the very essence of who you are. The soul, in its infinite wisdom, begins to realize that true fulfillment doesn't come from things. It doesn't come from the world outside. It comes from within, from the realization that we are all part of something far greater. And when you feel this shift, it's almost as if you are standing at the edge of a precipice. The world below seems so distant, and yet you are not afraid. You feel calm, peaceful, as if you've already seen beyond the illusions that the material world offers. It's an overwhelming sense of clarity that at first can be unsettling, but as you lean into it, you begin to see the world in a new light, one that is more profound and connected than anything you've ever experienced. This is the stage of your soul's evolution, when you are beginning to close the cycle of material existence. Perhaps in this life, you've learned that there is more to be discovered in the stillness of your heart than in the loudness of the world outside. And as you release your grip on the things that once seemed important, you may find yourself drawn to simpler truths: love, peace, wisdom, compassion. These are the treasures that your soul has been seeking all along. Perhaps in this life, you are nearing the end of the cycle of seeking external validation and material satisfaction. Perhaps you are beginning to recognize that true wealth is found in the intangible. The love you give and receive, the wisdom you share, the connections that nourish your soul. Can you feel this shift? Are you starting to recognize the subtle changes within you? Perhaps the material world no longer holds the same allure it once did. And if that's the case, take a moment to pause and reflect. What truly matters to you now? If you've ever had this feeling, write "I am awakening" in the comments below. Share with us how this journey of detachment has felt for you. You're not alone in this process, and your story matters. But what if this detachment goes even deeper? What if the shift within you is signaling the approach of something far more profound? A deeper understanding of your soul's mission, one that's been unfolding across lifetime. Stay with me, because what comes next may change everything. The search for spiritual purpose. As you let go of material pursuits, a new feeling begins to take its place. It's subtle at first, almost like a whisper deep within your being. Something is calling you, a sense that there is a greater purpose awaiting you, a purpose that transcends the ordinary concerns of this world. This is the soul's true longing, the deep, unshakable desire to know why you are here and what you are truly meant to do. It's not a question of career, wealth, or fame, but something much deeper, something eternal. At first, this search may feel unclear. You may ask yourself, what is my purpose? What am I meant to do with my life? But as you journey deeper within, you begin to realize that the search itself is the answer. The seeking is the purpose. It is in the search for truth, for enlightenment, for connection with the divine, that your soul begins to unfold. And with each step, the path becomes clearer, revealing fragments of a deeper wisdom, a higher understanding of existence. You may find yourself drawn to certain practices, meditation, prayer, reflection, or simply moments of quiet solitude. In these moments, you begin to hear the voice of your soul, whispering truths you've known all along, yet somehow forgotten. Perhaps you have been seeking meaning in the wrong places, looking outward for fulfillment, when in reality, the answers have always resided within. Your soul knows this. It has always known. And now it's time to listen, to truly listen to the call that has been echoing within you for lifetimes. This search for spiritual purpose is not something that can be measured by worldly standards. It is a journey inward, a journey that transcends time and space, a journey that leads to the realization that you are more than your physical body, more than the role you play in the world. You are a soul, an eternal being on a mission to discover the truth of your existence. As you continue on this path, you may feel moments of deep knowing, moments when the veil between the material world and the spiritual realm seems to lift just for a second. In these moments, you catch a glimpse of the infinite, and you remember who you truly are. This is the essence of spiritual awakening. The recognition that your purpose is not about achieving external success, but about aligning with your soul's deepest truths and sharing that wisdom with the world. Can you feel the pull of your true purpose? Can you sense the quiet whisper of your soul urging you to keep moving forward? This is your time to awaken, to align with the eternal truth that lies within you. If this resonates with you, if you feel that deep yearning to know your purpose, write, "I am awakening," in the comments below. Let's support one another on this sacred journey, the connection with the collective soul. As we walk this path of spiritual awakening, something incredible begins to happen. We start to feel that we are not alone in this journey. There's a deep, unseen connection between us all, a shared soul that binds us together. This is what some might call the collective soul. It is the invisible thread that links every individual to the greater consciousness of humanity and to all living beings in the universe. It's as if, in our search for meaning, we come to realize that we are not solitary travelers, but part of a greater cosmic dance. Have you ever felt a moment of profound unity with someone, a sense that your souls were in perfect harmony, even though you had just met? Or perhaps you've experienced an overwhelming empathy for a stranger's pain, as if their suffering was your own. These are glimpses of the collective soul in action, moments when the boundaries between individual consciousness and the collective consciousness dissolve, if only for a moment. In these moments, we realize that we are not isolated. We are connected to each other in ways we cannot fully explain, and we share a deep, unspoken understanding that transcends words. There is a mutual experience that binds us, one that goes beyond the limits of time and space. This connection is not only between human beings, it extends to all living things, animals, plants, the earth itself. Everything is interconnected, each part playing its unique role in the vast web of life. And when we tap into this connection, we begin to understand that our individual purpose is intricately linked to the well-being for the whole. As we continue our journey, we begin to feel the collective heartbeat of humanity. Every joy, every sorrow, every triumph, and every failure all experienced together as one. And in this awareness, we find that our personal awakening is not just for ourselves, but for the greater good of all. Our souls are not separate from the rest. They are an integral part of the whole, and every step we take on our individual paths affects the collective experience. When we acknowledge this, something profound happens. We begin to see our role in the universe not just as individuals, but as threads in the fabric of existence. Our lives have meaning not only for us, but for all of creation. And this realization brings with it a sense of profound responsibility, a calling to contribute to the well-being of the whole in whatever way we are able. This is the beauty of spiritual awakening, realizing that we are not alone, that the universe is not indifferent to us. It is watching, listening, guiding us, and it is calling us to step into our full potential, not for selfish reasons, but for the benefit of the whole. And in these moments of connection with the collective soul, we start to see the truth, that our individual actions ripple out into the world, affecting those around us, and even the larger world beyond. We are all in this together, and by awakening to this truth, we come closer to understanding our true purpose. If you've ever felt the pull of the collective, if you've ever experienced that deep, knowing connection to something greater than yourself, leave a comment below with the word connected. Let's share this journey of awakening together. But the question remains, what if this connection goes even deeper? What if the next step in our spiritual evolution is not only about connecting with others, but about reconnecting with something even more ancient, more profound, something that transcends all understanding? Stay tuned. The mystery is far from over. Reincarnation and the cycle of life. What if life doesn't end with death? What if, instead of being a final destination, it is merely a passage, a doorway to a new chapter in an eternal cycle? The concept of reincarnation, found in many spiritual traditions, teaches us that the soul is on an ongoing journey of growth and transformation. Each life, each experience, is part of a grander process of evolution, where we are given the opportunity to learn, to overcome, and to evolve into higher states of consciousness. Imagine your soul having lived countless lives before this one. Perhaps in one life, you were a teacher, imparting wisdom to those around you. In another, you may have been a healer, seeking to mend the brokenness of others. Or maybe in a past life, you were an artist, creating beauty in a world that sorely needed it. Each of these lives was a chapter in your soul's journey, each offering lessons that would shape your growth and lead you closer to the truth of who you are. But with each new chapter, you are not merely reliving the past. You are evolving, learning, expanding your consciousness to encompass the lessons of all that you've been and all that you are becoming. In the cycle of reincarnation, there are no mistakes, only lessons. There is no end, only transformation. The soul is constantly moving, always seeking to understand more, to experience more, to rise higher. This journey through countless lifetimes is a process of deepening understanding. Each experience, whether joyful or painful, adds a layer to your soul's wisdom. You may not remember your past lives in the physical world, but on a deeper spiritual level, your soul carries all of those memories, all of those lessons. Have you ever experienced a moment where you felt an overwhelming sense of déjà vu, or perhaps an intense recognition of someone you've just met as if you knew them before? These moments may not just be coincidences. They could be subtle reminders of your soul's history, a past life that is calling you to remember, to reconnect, to heal. In fact, some believe that the people we encounter in this life are often souls we've known before. Our relationships with others, whether positive or challenging, may be tied to unresolved lessons from previous lifetimes. The connections we form are not random. They are the threads of our soul's ongoing story. The idea of reincarnation is a reminder that life is not a one-time event. You are an eternal being, moving through time and space, learning, growing, and expanding with every life you live. The cycle of birth, death, and rebirth is a sacred rhythm of the universe, one that mirrors the seasons of nature, forever in motion, forever unfolding. And while it may seem that death is the end of a chapter, it is in fact the beginning of another. Death is not something to fear, but something to embrace as a part of this eternal process of transformation. It is in death that the soul releases what no longer serves it and steps into a new phase of evolution, bringing with it the wisdom of all its past experiences. This understanding of reincarnation gives us the power to live with greater purpose in the present moment. It reminds us that every decision we make, every lesson we learn, and every act of kindness we offer is shaping not only this life, but the future of our soul's journey. So, as you reflect on your life, ask yourself, what are the lessons I am learning in this lifetime? What are the challenges that I have chosen to face? And how can I rise above them to evolve into the highest version of myself? If you feel connected to this idea of an eternal soul journey, if you believe that your soul has lived before and will live again, share your thoughts in the comments below with the word cycle. Let's explore this journey together. But here's the deeper question. If reincarnation is real, could there be a hidden purpose behind your current life? A mission, a lesson, or an experience that is unfolding for you to understand on a much grander scale? The truth may be even more profound than we imagine. Keep watching. The journey is just beginning. Free will and a role of choice in the soul's journey. What if you held the key to unlocking your soul's highest potential? What if your every decision, every action were shaping not only your present life, but also your eternal journey through time? While reincarnation is the rhythm of the soul's progression, there is one factor that stands as a beacon of power: your free will. The choices you make in each lifetime are more than mere actions. They are the forces that direct the path of your soul's evolution. In every life, the soul is presented with a series of crossroads, opportunities to choose how it will respond to the challenges and experiences before it. And while these challenges may seem fated or predestined, how we navigate them, how we choose to grow through them, is entirely up to us. Imagine for a moment that you are standing at a crossroads facing a significant decision in your life. Perhaps it's a career choice, a relationship, or even a personal transformation. The weight of that decision may seem overwhelming, yet in truth, it's a reflection of the greater cosmic choices your soul has made in past lifetimes. Every choice, no matter how small it seems, carries with it a ripple effect. It sets a course for your future, creating a path that will influence not only this life, but also future incarnations. Your soul, in its infinite wisdom, chooses the experiences that will challenge it, teach it, and ultimately lead it to the highest form of understanding. But here's the thing. While your soul may have chosen this path, the beauty of free will lies in your ability to choose how you walk it. Will you meet your challenges with courage? Will you grow through adversity, or will you allow fear to hold you back? In every moment, you have the power to choose. You are not bound by fate, but rather, you are an active participant in your own spiritual evolution. The choices you make today will echo into your soul's future, creating a ripple of transformation that will be felt for lifetimes to come. This is why your free will is so sacred. It allows you to steer the course of your spiritual journey. The soul is not bound by fate. It is freed by choice. In every incarnation, we are given the gift of choice, the choice to forgive, the choice to love, the choice to heal. And through those choices, the soul evolves. So take a moment to reflect on your current life. What choices are you making right now? Are you stepping into your power, or are you allowing fear or doubt to guide you? Remember, every choice you make today is shaping the person you will become in the future, not only in this life, but in future lives as well. If you believe that your choices hold the key to your spiritual evolution, share your thoughts in the comments below with the word choice. Let's explore the power of free will and how it shapes our destiny, but the truth is even deeper. What if every choice you make in this life is part of a grand design, one that connects you to your past lives and guides you toward the completion of a mission your soul has been working on for ages? The story may not be what you think. Stay tuned as we uncover more hidden truths. The hidden truth about why we return to Earth and what it all means for you. So, what's the true reason we keep returning to Earth? Is it fate, a grand cosmic design, or perhaps something much more intimate and deeply personal? As we've explored today, the soul's journey through multiple lifetimes is not a random or arbitrary process. It's a purposeful cycle, a series of lessons, challenges, and opportunities for growth, each one leading us closer to a higher understanding of ourselves and the universe. Every incarnation is part of a greater cosmic plan. In this vast journey of reincarnation, the soul comes back to Earth, not simply to experience life, but to evolve, to heal, and to refine itself through the challenges and choices it faces. Every return is a continuation of the soul's mission, a journey of discovery that's designed to lead us toward wisdom, love, and ultimately, enlightenment. But the mission doesn't end with us. It continues on through future generations. The choices we make today, the wisdom we gain, and the lessons we learn. These all shape the legacy we leave behind for those who come after us. Now, you might be wondering, how do we know when we've completed our mission? How do we recognize the end of this cycle of reincarnation? The truth is, the end of a soul's journey isn't marked by a specific event, but by a profound sense of inner peace, wisdom, and unity with the universe. When the soul has completed its lessons, it no longer needs to return to earth. It has transcended the cycle of reincarnation and merged with the infinite energy of the cosmos. But even then, the soul's energy continues to influence the world, guiding others on their own journeys through the choices we make. If you've been following along, you may be feeling a sense of clarity and understanding about why you're here. Perhaps the question of why do we return is finally beginning to unravel in your heart. But this journey isn't just about understanding the past, it's about empowering the future. As you continue your journey through life, remember, you hold the power to shape not only your destiny, but the legacy of your soul. Your choices, your actions, your energy, they ripple through time, influencing not only this life, but all those that follow. By choosing love, forgiveness, and growth in this life, you are contributing to the evolution of humanity and the spiritual advancement of your soul. So, why do we return to earth? It's simple, because we are always evolving, always learning, and always growing. The journey never ends, it only transforms. We come back not because we are bound by fate, but because we are driven by an eternal desire for growth, understanding, and connection to the divine. And in the end, when our journey on earth is complete, we will carry forward the wisdom of many lifetimes, ready to merge once again with the source from which we came, knowing we fulfilled our soul's mission and purpose. So, what about you? Do you feel that your soul is completing its mission, or are you still on the path of learning and evolution? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and remember, your soul's journey is unique to you, but it's also part of something much greater. If this video has touched something deep within you, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more profound insights into the journey of the soul and the mysteries of the universe. And don't forget to leave a comment below with the word evolution, because the journey of the soul never ends, and your voice is an important part of this eternal story. We're all walking this path together, so let's continue to learn, grow, and discover the hidden truths of our existence. Thank you for being part of this journey.